or thicker. That's called retaining your length, right? Or thicker. Okay, so that's why it's not a particular go-to style per se. And when people ask me what styles are best for growing your hair, I can't answer that question because it's so many styles and it's not meant to grow your hair. So let's talk about what protective styling is then. Protective styling is meant, right, to help us retain our length. That is it, period. Protective styling is meant for us to, or help us, is meant to help us retain our length, right? That is the term that we normally refer to in our community as low manipulation, right? Not snatching off our ends, not playing in our hair, right? So then you have to question, like, what does a protective style look like, right? If I wear my hair loose, right, could it be a quote unquote protective style, right? Do it have to be the traditional braids, weaves, or, chunky twists that everybody wear? And the answer to all those questions are yes, right? If you're not a person who plays in your hair when it's loose, you can wear your hair loose and it still can be considered a protective style because you're not playing and tugging at it, right? It's all dependent on you. However, if you are that person who can't keep your hands out your hair when, your hair is loose, that is not a protective style for you. Okay, let me know if that makes sense in the comments down below. Okay, so let's talk about some of the reasons why you may not see like the benefits of protective styling. And it's a lot of them. It is a lot of them, but we're just going to cover 3. Okay, so I always say, y'all know, when y'all see these little short clips, these shorts, these reels on Instagram, I always say, consider your hair's health first, right? What I mean by that is if your hair is fragile, if your hair is damaged, like on the damaged side, right, you cannot put tension on weak strands and expect you to retain your length. It just doesn't make sense, right? You cannot put tension on dry hair and expect it not to snap, right? Like, you just can't do that. So consider your hair's health first before you consider protective styling, right? And I'm not talking about like if you're doing wigs or weaves. I'm just talking about like really like tension tight styles is what I'm referring to, right? Because again, protective styling, right, could be like your hair is loose or like chunky twists. I'm saying if you're going for the traditional, like, I don't know how else to call it other than weaves and wigs, right? Like those tension styles, you have to consider your hairs first before you pull at it. You have to consider your hairs first before you pull and tuck at it, okay? So if you move forward and decide, okay, I'm about to protect the style with, 27 pieces, whatever that looks like for you, right? You have to also consider how heavy that style is going to be, right? Again, if you move forward and your hair is not at its healthiest, but not like severely damaged, right? Still consider the weight of that style. I don't know if y'all can relate, but I remember like back in the day, my neck used to be like this, right? My neck used to be just like that. My eyes couldn't close because my hair was so tight. Like, I was not protecting my hair, right? I was putting it away because I didn't know what to do with it. I was neglecting my hair because I didn't know what to do with it, which is the reason why I put my hair away. And to be honest with you all, I didn't even though I called it a protective style, the word protective meant absolutely nothing to me. Nothing to me. I just didn't want to deal with my hair. And that is something that you have to be honest with yourself, right? Like, you truly have to be honest with yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. There were times that of course, like, I don't know if you all remember like micro braids. I would literally twist my hair in like mini twists and then apply like the additional hair and braid it down, That way I retain my length, my moisture a lot longer when keeping that styling for a long period of time, right? There were times that I did that, of course. But if I'm being honest here, right? If I went for a style that I was going to keep in for a month, I wasn't considering protecting anything. I was considering giving myself a break. You know what I mean? So you have to be honest with yourself when it comes to that. I can just tell you, the only thing that I can tell you guys is like my experience, right? Okay, so first thing first, consider your hair's health, right? Are you protective styling to truly protect, or are you neglecting your hair? Right? I was neglecting my hair, right? You push forward and you're like, okay, I'm going through with this style, right? You definitely want to consider the actual style weight, right? Is it too heavy for your fragile strands, right? Is it too heavy for your neck? You get what I'm saying? Like, that is your very next step. And then the last step is, are you doing the protective style, or is somebody else doing it for you, right? We go to these shops. I always went to like homegirl down the block, you know what I'm saying? The girl who knew how to do hair. But if you're going to move forward with yourself, I think that's the best option. However, I know that, you know, depending on the style, we can't do hours, like have our hair, hands in our hair for hours, you know? I get that, right? I think that is best. But if you move forward with somebody else, right, there are other questions that you need to ask yourself before you go through with that protective style. Is that person hair is healthy? I know back in the day when I used to get like weaves for a month, the person who was doing my hair didn't have no hair. And it wasn't like it was hidden. It was very obvious. You get what I'm saying? It was very obvious. She knew how to do hair. She didn't have no hair, right? And that's a question you have to ask yourself before you move forward, right? And we naturally are just, you know, nice, kind people, and we're not rude, and, you know, we don't speak up and, you know, say certain things when we see things are out of place. That's fine, but you can't complain later that she did something wrong or she snatched out your hair when you obviously can see, and I don't want to just say she or he, right? Guys do hair too. But you obviously can see that they crown ain't together. And then you're surprised when you take down your hair and your hair is falling out, right? I remember when I used to get my hair braided and the young lady used to blow dry my hair so that it stretches with absolutely no product on there, and then install the synthetic hair and still didn't put product on it. I mean, I've only went to her one time in that style. It was a sew-in. That style lasted me like 2 days because it was so freaking tight, right? But I couldn't complain because I was literally there, like, knowing everything she was doing to my hair, and I didn't say anything, right? So I know I'm not the only one who don't speak up. So I'm telling you guys now, if you're gonna move forward with somebody else doing your hair, one, open your eyes, look around. Does that person's hair look damaged, or is that person's hair healthy, right? If you feel like something is out of place, speak up. If it hurts, say something, right? We have to really unlearn that pain equals beauty. It doesn't. You can protect the style with synthetic hair and not be in pain. It is so possible, right? And it's only possible if you speak up for yourself. It's only possible if you are aware that that person take care of their own hair, right? It's only possible if you call for reviews that that person just prefer their hair short, right? If you get reviews or recommendations from their other clients, right? How do other clients' hair look, right? That's not totally the stylist's responsibility, especially if it's like a one-time client, right? But if you know that it's a long-term client, if they're okay, so those are the three things that I think. I know it's more, but it's like if you're not seeing benefits from like protective styling, you definitely want to consider consider those because you are, not you may, you are doing something wrong. And hair takes a long time to grow, so you want to nip it in the butt right when it happens. You don't want to wait. Okay? Hair when it's in a protective style. And I can only share my experience with you all, and I would say no. No, 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 no. One, you're not properly cleaning your hair. Well, depending on how long you had it in, but in all honesty, you're not properly cleaning your hair. You're not rinsing away the dirt fully, right? Two, you're just creating more tangles. Have you ever had twists, like mini twists or just regular size twists in your hair and wash your hair and then try to detangle afterwards? That is a hot mess to deal with. Like, you're creating unnecessary pain for yourself. Don't do that, right? I personally wouldn't, but I know some ladies prefer to wash their hair and protect the style. So again, I can only share my experience with you, and if you are one of those queens who do wash her hair in a protective style, share your best practices below, okay? Help us out, because I personally would not. Okay, so then let's talk about how long you should keep that protective style in, because your hair is going to eventually, need washing. And I will say again, it is totally dependent on your hair's health. Like, truly it is. If your hair is prone to breakage, right, then you probably don't want, prone to dryness. If it's prone to dryness, it's prone to breakage too. But if your hair is prone to dryness, you probably don't want to leave that protective style in over 2 weeks, right? You probably just don't. And we go back and forth in the comments when I say I don't recommend that you leave your hair alone. I'm also not saying I think you should play in your hair, right? I didn't say that, right? I'm saying the only way to moisturize dry hair is to moisturize dry hair often. That's all I'm saying, right? If your hair is dry, it's not going to retain moisture by putting it away for a month or 2 or 3 or 4. I can't believe 6 months is just like shocking to me. Apparently it's so common, but you're not going to get your hair healthy if you put it away for 6 months. Like, you just not. You just not, right? Like, it doesn't make sense at all. So I would say, depending on how healthy your hair is, down. Period. And I know some of you all are not, on the same page as me, and that's totally fine. It is your hair. I'm just saying, you're not going to repair hair by putting it away. Okay? So, that is like my spiel. The only thing that I want to say in regards to like protective styling, you can do what you feel, right? Truly you can. The only thing that I want to say when it comes to like traditional protective styling in regards to like installing synthetic hair in your head, the takedown process is probably, if not more, equally important as the install, right? Probably more important, because at the takedown, your hair is not as moisturized as it was when you installed that hair. Does that make sense? So you want to be extra careful. I highly recommend try to take down your hair before it completely dries out. You don't want to manipulate dry strands. They just have a higher risk of like snapping right away on you, right? So, I personally do not install synthetic hair in my hair anymore, and it's because I'm not willing to sit down that long. And I know how to take care of my hair now. There is no reason to put it away and like not see it, right? Me personally, and protect the style, you want to switch up your style, right? Not because you don't know what to do with your hair. That is my only goal. I want to get you all to that level where your confidence is like, I'm protective styling because this is just part of like my style, who I am. Not because I'm ashamed of my hair and I don't want to see it. I don't know what to do with it. You know, y'all know how that goes. Okay? So we're going to get to the questions. That is my spiel. We're going to get to the questions. And if you are still on the replay at this point or live with us, we're going to talk about the giveaways for 2022. Okay? So I hope this helps. Let's go to Instagram first, but let me refresh my page here with YouTube. All right. Welcome in, beautiful people. We have a lot of people saying hello, hello, hello. Okay, no questions on Instagram. We can do the questions on YouTube. Here, I'm just going to refresh my screen. You all let me know what kind of protective styles or what protective styles do you prefer to wear, and how long you wear them. That's what I'm really curious about, is how long you wear them, right? I know a lot of people just came at me real hard on my videos about you should leave your hair alone because it helps you grow 5 inches in like 6 months. And I'm like, that's not true. Yes. So sis says, I don't know what to do with it. Absolutely. I've been there. I have been there where I don't know what to do with my hair and I just put it away. And that's why I'm here now, right? I want to help you at least learn how to take care of it and notice a difference in the health of your hair first, because I always preach, do not focus on length. Do not focus on results. So DM me if you need help, okay? And I will help you create a solid plan for yourself, okay? Sis says 2 months max. Okay. I do 2-strand twists once a week. Look, 2-strand twists is like time consuming enough, especially when you have a lot of hair. So that's the same thing I do. Same thing I do. Okay. On YouTube, everybody's just saying hello, happy Sunday, Pamela. Hi, Cubs Dan. Oh, Real Talk came. Hi, how you doing, sir? Guilty. I have to speak up, so I don't go to the stylist. Oh, yes. She said, I hate to speak up, so I don't go to the stylist. I've been there many of times. And it's just because we're like, I don't want to say people pleasers, but we're not rude, especially if you're African American. Like, we've been trained to respect others, right? And part of that is not saying something hurtful or criticizing another person because you have to deal with attitudes, right? So I understand. So if you can't speak up, stay your butt home. Thank you, Cubs. And yes, please smash the like button if you are getting value out of today's content. It really, really helps me grow. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. You're welcome, Ms. Johnson. Cornrows and twists for about 2 to 4 weeks. I say that too. I think a month is max for protective styling. And that's like at your healthiest, right? If your hair is at its healthiest. I think a month is max. But that's just me. That is just me. COVID allowed me to keep my hair in twists. Oh, yes. Yes. COVID definitely made having natural hair easier because you didn't have to go nowhere, right? You could literally keep a bonnet on all day if you didn't have to go out and work. I go out and work and I still keep a bonnet on all day. Like, y'all should see me off camera For real, for real. I use plaits and I wash my hair with it. How often do you wash your hair in plaits? Like every wash day? When do you take your hair down? When do you let it out? Like have it loose and wash your hair? Or do you rinse it loose? Because I wash my hair in twists, right? I wash my hair in twists to keep it from tangling up on me, like throughout the wash day. I don't want to detangle 4 different times, right? But I also rinse my hair loose. I take the twist down and then I'll rinse my hair to make sure I'm fully cleaning my strands. So let me know, do you rinse your hair loose or do you just rinse it in plaits? I'm curious. 2 weeks top. Miss Knight says 2 weeks top. So I was having a conversation on Instagram about how why would I even get a protective style, sit there for a traditional protective style, sit there for 10 plus hours if I'm gonna take it down in like a month? And I was like, my point exactly. Think about all these factors before you even consider sitting in that chair. Is it worth your time, right? If your hair is not at its healthiest, and you have to understand, once that style is installed and you uninstall it and you find your hair on the floor, right? It takes time to grow that length back, right? So you want to make that decision before you sit in a chair because you're going to be salty. I can't think of any other word. You're going to be salty when you take down that style and then all your hair is on the floor. And I'm speaking from experience, people, right? I'm not like preaching about something I read. I'm speaking from experience. Like, I have had a lot of hair loss. Again, I've learned a lot in the beginning, right? So let's see here. Once a year, I put in braids for a vacation. I leave it in for 3 to 4 weeks. I wash my braids every 3 days and spray a refreshing oil on it. That is another great point that I wanted to mention. So, how often do you moisturize your hair within that protective style? Question for the chat, right? When I used the protective style, I didn't re-moisturize my hair because I didn't have it in long, right? I feel this is my experience, right? Adding water, adding product, adding some form of liquid to my hair just made detangling a freaking nightmare when it was ready to take down. So I prefer not to add anything. I just prefer to take down my protective style before it dried out so that I wouldn't have that hassle of sitting in the bathroom for hours, right? Okay, let's go back to Instagram, and then we're going to talk about the giveaways, and then I'm going to jump off. Okay. So she says, make sure you seal with moisture in a good hair butter at least once a week, depending on how long, you really have that protective style in. Okay, understand. So you moisturize your hair daily in a protective style? To me, I think that's overkill. But that's me. If it works for you, my queen, definitely keep doing it. Okay, I didn't see anything else. Okay, so let's talk. My protective style is plaits. I wash it. Okay, her protective style is plaits, and she washes it every 2 weeks. That sounds about like the common time frame in our chat, and I'm happy to hear that. Like, I am so happy to hear that. Whew, 6 months is a long time. A year is a long time, and some people even go past a year, and I'm like, how is your scalp not on fire? Oh my God, my scalp will be burning. Okay, but again, that's me. So let's talk about the giveaways that we're doing for 2022. Now, hey Carol, thank you for coming. So let's talk about the giveaways that we're doing for 2022. Most of you all know what we're doing, but for those who don't, let's just take the rules over, okay? So for 2022, we are doing at minimum one giveaway per month, right? Now, the rules are you have to engage or be a part of the community by leaving a comment, a genuine comment on the replay. I want to say this. I can see the live chat on YouTube, but on Instagram, if you leave your purple heart in the live chat, there's no way for me to go back and track that. So if you're on live with me on Instagram and you're participating in the giveaway, please come back to the replay, leave your purple heart with your genuine comment, and then I'll definitely give you credit for that, okay? As far as YouTube goes, you can put your purple heart in the chat. I can see the replay when I go back and watch, the recording, and I can see your purple heart, and I'll give you credit for that. Okay. So when it comes to leaving a genuine comment, you just have to state like your experience, something that's working for you, a challenge, what have you, your 2 cents on the topic that I'm talking about, right? You can answer another person's question in the chat because sometimes the chat goes by a little bit fast or there's a delay and I don't see it. So we are all here to like help each other, but it's not, complicated. Just leave your 2 cents, leave your purple heart, and then that is it. Now, if you are participating in the giveaway, you have to leave a purple heart. It is some queens and kings in our chat that are not participating in the 2022 giveaways, and that is totally fine. But the purple heart lets me know that you want credit, okay? I will highly suggest, just to be on the safe side, if you can, come back to the replay, leave your purple heart, and then it's totally fine. What you cannot do, right? You cannot just leave a purple heart. Remember I said be a part of the community, okay? Leaving just a purple heart is not sharing anything, not contributing anything, not helping anyone. We're here to give and we're here to get. Let's just be honest, okay? So you cannot just leave a purple heart and then expect me to give you credit. I'm sorry. In the way that you know that you get credit for your comment is I will respond to your comment and I will give you another purple heart back. You can also follow me on IG stories and see your actual name literally get put into the glass jar, right? I write the names out. I'm trying to get into that daily. I have just been like swamped with Instagram DMs, but I eventually get to them, and you can literally see me put your name in the jar to be pulled at the end of the month when we pick a winner, okay? So the other thing is, if you don't have anything to share, right? Sometimes we just don't, and I understand that, right? You can say, hey, I'm sharing this, I don't, with a friend on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you share it, right? You can just say, I'm sharing this information, leave your purple heart, and then I'll give you credit for that. And then please share. Like, don't just state that you're gonna share it. Like, be honest, right? I'm not gonna check, but I'm just saying, be honest, right? You're gonna go to heaven if you be honest. But the goal of the giveaway is to attract those who are truly serious about like their natural hair journey. I hate to do like challenges at the beginning of the year because a lot of people fall off, right? But I did want to put something in place to reward those who are serious about their hair journey and show up every month, every week, daily for themselves, right? And yes, sometimes we're gonna do like January. We had 2 winners, right? That's 4. We had 2 winners for January. This month we're probably just gonna have like 1 winner. We already had like a random giveaway, right? So I'm gonna count that as 2 winners for February too. But sometimes your name is just not gonna get pulled, and I think that's okay because the goal of this whole going live giveaway hair health thing, the whole goal of it is for you to have healthy hair at the end of the year and be proud of yourself for showing up for you. That is the goal, right? And you're gonna see a lot of people are gonna drop off come March. A lot of people have already dropped off by now. Come April, a lot more are going to drop off, right? So that's why I set the giveaway up this way so that we can just huddle around those who are serious about their natural hair journey, okay? So that's how it goes. You can also not just the live, just something new here. You can also comment on like a recorded video that I did throughout the week. You can comment on a short. You can comment on a post. You can go over to Instagram and comment on that same video and leave your purple heart and get 2 credits for that day. You can definitely do that. Like I'm totally fine with that. Okay. Any posts that I do on Instagram, comment, leave your purple heart, be on about your way. If you are connected to me in Facebook at My Natural Hair Life, I should probably drop that link. If you are connected to me on Facebook, you can come into the community and share what's going on in your natural hair journey, whether that be the products that you're using, you know, your mood on that wash day, whatever it is. Like, the only thing that you have to do on Facebook is you have to be the post creator, right? You can't comment on somebody else's post. You have to create a post, and then I will give you credit for your name to be entered in that month's giveaway. Let me know if this makes sense, okay? The only thing that you cannot do is leave a purple heart and be on about your way. Again, the goal is to reward those who are serious about showing up for themselves, not just 1 week, not just 2 weeks, not just 1 month, but for the full year, okay? So that's what it is. I'm going to check the chats one more time. And again, if you're on Instagram and you're live with me and you want to participate, please come back to the replay, because I can't track purple hearts like live. Like, I can't do 2 things at once. I can barely do 1 thing at once, okay? So be sure to come back to a replay and leave your purple heart. I'm going to know that you was live with me because I'm reading the names like literally right now, and I see a whole lot of purple hearts in the chat, the live chat. But please come back to the replay, leave your purple heart, and then we're good, okay? So that's my spiel. I really hope that this helps. I'm sorry I can't give you like a particular protective style to like grow your hair, and that's because it's not meant to grow your hair. It's meant to help you retain your hair. Protective styling is meant to help you retain your hair, period. It has nothing to do with growth. It has nothing to do with like making your hair thicker. That's it, okay? And if you guys want some hair science about this, I'm going to leave that in the description box on the replay to YouTube, okay? So I am done. Let's just check this chat box one more time, then I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming, though. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So Fine Natural Hair Rocks is here. Hi, Lavinia. She says the subject is so necessary and so good. I think she just sweet talking me. I'm just playing. The most she can protect the style is 1.5 months max. Woo! Okay. Let's see. You're not talking to me. Okay. Yes, consistency. Consistency is something that I preach all the time. If you want healthy hair, don't focus on the products. Don't focus on your curl type. Don't focus on whether you high porosity or low porosities. I'm not saying that those factors don't matter, right? If you're struggling with your natural hair, especially in the beginning, what you need to master first is consistency. Consistently showing up for yourself, showing up for your wash day, right? You can't judge what's not working if you're not doing it, right? You just can't. It is what it is. So I am out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I'll be thanking you guys on IG stories, and I appreciate all the love, okay? I'll be tracking those purple hearts soon. You all have a great week. My kids are off tomorrow. I'm pretty sure a lot of kids are off for the holidays.